Hey guys, good evening. How are you? Well, I hope you had a good day. It's a Monday as I make this live feed on YouTube. Overall, it's a good day. It's a Monday, so like it's a work day for me. You make the most of each day. You try to stay as positive as possible, and that's pretty much all you can do in life. And that's where we're at. Those are my overall thoughts. The morning of a work day is always miserable. Life is a little bit of drudgery. I know sometimes, some people get upset, that I address the negative parts of life. Um, I can understand it if I was always negative, but overall, I'm more positive than most people. That's my experience. And overall, even though I addressed the negatives, I tell people to remain positive, and that's what I do. I tell people to make the most of each day. That's what I do. I tell people not to give up. That's what I do. But I also say, look, life is shit. Somewhat, it's shit. It's a little bit of all fading, a little bit of all meaningless. I know people lie because they have kids, and they want to try to tell them some fairy tale, but you had kids because your life wasn't fulfilled, and then it's just a never-ending cycle of life. But what I want to tell you in life is don't be a person who puts their head in the sand towards the negative parts of life, because life is partly negative. But don't be one of these people that bury yourself in misery, because you have to find positive, and there are positives, and you should be thankful. I'm thankful. You have to strike a balance. Is the balance easy to strike? No. That's why most people struggle with their sanity. That's why most people self-medicate, whether it's through food, alcohol, or drugs. Most people self-medicate. I don't self-medicate. Okay, I live a healthy lifestyle. I have healthy relationships. That's why I have few relationships. And I'm going to get to the live comments. Thank you guys for leaving them. Please continue to leave them. As something comes to your head, write it down. And that's what I wanted to talk about tonight, is how long do people stay in your life? I reflected on that for a moment today. I'm 38 now. I'm basically halfway through my life. Exactly. If you look at the average lifespan of a human, the average lifespan of a human is 78 years old. So if your average time on this world is 78 years, will you spend the majority of your life with the same people? The answer is no. Throughout the course of your 78 years, the people that will be with you from birth till death, if you live to be 78 years, is probably less than 10%. And I would say probably under 5%. So if you think about it, who's going to be born with you from the moment you're born to the moment you die if you live a full 78 years? Very few people out of all the people you meet in life. Including even the occasional people that you have, that you meet in the stores, or that you meet on vacation, or that you meet at a workplace. Even if you meet someone at a job, the average person spends in today's point in society, they spend 4.5 years with the same company. 4.5 years. Let's just say you spend 5 years with one company. 5 years out of 78 years, that's less than 10. What is that? Less than 10%. Less than 10% of your time will you spend with people, at a company that you're with. Relationships, do relationships last 5 years? No. Out of all the lovers that you will have in your life, probably including the occasional flings, including people from high school, including, college, including grown up, including, I'm old.com, but I still want to date.com, all that stuff. It will probably be less than 10% of your life. Maybe family members will be about 20% of your life. But if you live to 78 years old, you're going to die. Your parents are going to die before you. That's about 10%, a little bit more than 10% of your life you spend with your pet. You will lose the majority of people in your life throughout the course of your lifetime. That's the reality. Certainly there's exceptions, and certainly there's people that have relationships. It's a big deal if you celebrate 50 years worth of marriage. Do people still do it nowadays? They do, but it's rare. I would say, it's a big deal if you can make it to 30 years of marriage, which I think is wisdom, because in the previous generation, there was a lot of society pressure to get married early and stayed married. And I didn't have the equal rights in the workforce, and they stayed strictly for a monetary reason, and there's no other way to survive. But now that society is balanced out somewhat, that isn't the case, many times, so 30 years, if you're married from the age of 30 and it lasts till 60, and there's people that get divorced after being, who can make it 30 years of marriage. If you live to be 78 years old, that's what, about 40%. About 40% of your life you spend one person. So that means that more than half of your life, even if you get married and have kids, more than half of your life is going to be spent without your significant yourself. The person who stares back at you in the mirror, the person who stares back at you at this YouTube video as I make it and I look at my own reflection, the realities is you will be with you the majority of your life, all of your life, and other people will be a small percentage time of your life. Most, very small. Most people will be in your life less than 10% of your life span if you live to be the average life duration. Some will be 20%. Very few will be 50% or even above. Very few. So what does that mean? What's the answer then, inspirational nomad? Please, before I jump off the ledge, well, let me tell you, just let go. Learn to let go and enjoy the moments. Why? Because that's what life is. Learn to let go, make the most of each day. And look, life is partly sad. Life is also partly happy. It's both. And accept it and make the most of it. But don't try to deny one or the other. Don't be all negative. Don't be all positive. It's just both. And you smile. I laugh more than most people. I do. Most people that come into my live chats, they can't take it because it's too much gestures, too much joking. They want a complete show. They want the Hallmark show. The Hallmark movies are an hour long of complete fiction. Okay. And it's people's escape. And to me, that's self-medication. Nothing wrong with a movie to get you away from life nothing wrong with that. But I don't want to live that life. I don't. So it's the wrong channel if that's the type of life you want to live. But there's nothing wrong with Disney and and romantic comedies. All those things are good things. But all I'm trying to say is that's not what I watch at the end of my day for the majority of my life. The majority of my life is not based around that. And that's why I think the majority of my life is overall positive and happy. I think opposite for people. I think people spend the majority of their life overall negative, and then they try to fake it, and then they try to fake like they're happy, but after they fake like they're happy, then they go back to their doctor and say, please fill up my prescription because I can't take this anymore. And then they come to me all high up and say, oh, everything works for the good. Don't worry. How many pills you take today? All right. And I'm not mad. If you need to take pills, take them. Or if you need to self-medicate through alcohol or food, do it. But don't you dare say that I'm overly negative. Please. I live through the harsh realities of life, and I'm thankful. I'm blessed. And most people in your life will be there with you for a short period of time. The person in the mirror is really who you're riding with. And that's why most people are pretty upset. And that's why most people, they need other people in their life because they're not happy. But it's understandable. Look, there's no easy answer. All right, I don't want to mind. Okay. I want to roll down my windows. I want to drink my magical ice water. And then I saw some good comments coming in, and we're going to read the comments. And guys, if these videos help you, please take the effort to click the thumbs up button, share the video, and then go back to picking your butt and watching me completely naked. Okay, good job. King Genius, first comment. King Genius, what's up, brother? Love and respect to the magical Polk County. As I travel up and down the west coast of Florida, I do miss the East Coast. Do I miss Jersey? No, I don't miss Jersey. I miss my mom. Once in a while, I miss my mom. I talk to her every day. But there's nothing up there there's nothing in Jersey for me anymore. There's nothing anyway. I mean, look, Florida's the best it's going to get for me. Okay. Now, for some people, whatever. But that's how I feel. Good job. Zakia, second, laugh out loud, and then good. It's good to laugh. Why? Because laughter's good. Zakia, how's it going at work? Zakia's over there working hard in Alaska with only 2 hours of sunlight, daydreaming about a van, watching me on YouTube as she dodges her boss and says, damn, I can't wait till the day I get the hell out of here. I'm at that. Woo, Sam. I'm hoping. Oh, that must be somewhere in Cali. Life is good. Well, today it is. Tomorrow may be miserable, but enjoy today. This style makes me happy. Well, brother, I'm happy for you. What do I say to that? Woohoo! Let's have some magical ice water to that. And for some people, it's vodka. Why? Because, they're miserable. That's okay. Thumbs up. Submarine vet, love and respect you, brother. Yo, boss is in the house. Good job. Been watching you for a while. Thank you. And you've motivated me with '07 VW touring. Yeah, no, that's a go. Any minivan, any car other than a two-seater is a go. Is the road a magical place? To me, it's better than sitting in the same house every day. I mean, unless you have a family. Look, if you have a family, I see some people on the road with families, very few. Full time. I mean, I see a lot of people on vacation with their family at campgrounds and their RVs and things like that. I see a couple old guys. I saw one old guy at the campground who checked in with me the other day. Where was he from? I don't know if he was from Texas or somewhere. He might have been from Texas, and he was just living out of the back of his pickup camper. That's what it looked like. I didn't interview him, but that's what it looked like. So people do it. Jesus says free 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is a rapper. 6ix9ine stands for, I believe, Bloods, sect of the Bloods. I'm not 100% sure. I feel sorry for anyone who's suffering. I don't want to see anyone suffering. Certainly, he made a little bit of his own bed. So I'm not going to say free him, because I do think he was a danger to society at a certain point. He was putting, there is video of him basically, the people he was getting involved with it takes two to tango. But look, you can't live that lifestyle. One of my heroes growing up was Tupac, and he was a very intelligent guy. And if he had a chance to get older, he would have matured. He would have been a great leader. But look, also, he bought into that gang street life, even though he had opportunity to get out, and it cost him his life. It may cost 6ix9ine his freedom. Not worth it. And I almost got caught into that lifestyle a little bit myself. And it's good to have street knowledge. It's good to be able to understand different aspects of life and society, but there's no glory in that shit, because it all ends in death or jail. And all the people that say they'll ride for you, they love you, they're proud, like they encourage you to drink, they encourage you to smoke, they encourage you to carry guns. I've been around that. What I tell you is, when the shit hits the fan, none of them are around. None of them have to do their time. None of them do their time with you. Like he's right now in solitary confinement, basically, because he's at war with people. And you know what I mean? It's a disaster. And most people start smoking and drinking. Why? Because of peer pressure from their peers. And that's what kills. That's the top two causes of preventable deaths. Tobacco's number one, cigarettes number two. And so I'm not going to say necessarily free him, but I definitely don't want to see him suffer. I don't want to see anyone suffer. But we have to say, look, that's the wrong way to live life. And people have to stop. Look, when you come from a certain neighborhood, when you come from a certain level of poverty, it's there. I can't give you some sermon on the mount either. It's a reality of life. But when you have an opportunity to get out of there, get the hell out of there. All right? Get the hell out of there. Because people who say like they want you to do that crazy shit, they ain't going to be there for you when the shit hits the fan. Never forget it. And they'll end up ratting you out. That's part of life. Look at Sammy Bugranvalo. Look at the mafia. How'd they go down? Because look, at the end of the day, when everyone gets pressured, and they should. That's the life. There's no honor between thieves and wolves. There's no honor. Please, not at all. Buck Porter, love and respect to my brother from Florida, South Florida. This message is so on point. Thank you, brother. I liked your Instagram post of the old Jay-Z song. I think it was In My Lifetime, the video version. Yeah, I remember that, man. I remember when he had that. He was like one of the first rappers to put out. He did like a short story called Streets is Watching. Yeah, I remember that. That was hot. Something we all have to face at one point or another. Yeah, as far as relationships, people stay in your life, you have to face it almost more times than not. Because, again, most people are not going to be in your life very long. Buck Porter, don't bury yourself in misery. And then 2 prayer emojis, 100, fire, and forward. Can't beat that. Thumbs up emoji to you, brother, Tony. People live seasons. Very few people can handle the change. That's true, brother. Great comment, Tony. Change is constant in life. We hurt ourselves by trying to hold on too tight. As you get older, it gets harder because you got to deal with more change. And you get to a point, a lot of older people told me, Sam, I don't want to start a new job. I don't want to get a new relationship. I'm tired of learning new stuff. I'm tired of it. I remember I was dating one MILF, and I was consoling her getting over her ex-boyfriend while, doing me. And she was like, Sam, it's like it's like a death. It's like grieving the loss of another relationship. And he just like, I got to go through that again. And she was divorced, of course, once. And, she did. I said, look, you know what it is. It's part of life. But you get tired of that. You get tired of, relationships, and, and you get tired of dealing with it. But what should you do? Give up? No. Stay hopeful. Make the most of each day and just let go. Gotta let go. And that's it. That's it. Wear no underwear and all that good stuff. World Citizen, what's up, brother? How do you usually get enough protein? There's protein bars. I just had one today. Beans have protein. Broccoli has protein. There's plenty of natural whole foods and different health bars that have protein. You have to read them, especially with the health bars, but it's definitely available. You just got to research a little bit. You should do some recipe videos. Maybe one day. I appreciate that's not a bad comment. I mean, I lost 200 pounds, so I would have some information to share. But look, at the end of the day, I should do that. That would help a little bit. But at the end of the day, always the top 3 things I want to share with you guys is stop eating out. Cook home more, eat out less. That's number 1 step. You'll automatically drop 30 pounds. If you're eating out more than 4 times a week, if you stop eating out, you're going to drop 30 pounds in a month. The next step is switch to whole grains. Instead of white bread, whole grain bread. Instead of white rice, brown rice. Instead of regular pasta, whole grain pasta. Next step is limit or eliminate meat and dairy. Meat and dairy are huge sources of saturated fat and are unhealthy for your heart. That's why I think America, the number 1 cause of heart disease, or heart disease is a main cause of death for many people. And in other countries, not so much. Why? Because they don't have as much as a meat-eating Western diet as us. So, there's various factors, but that's definitely some of it. Papa X, what's up, brother? I always enjoy your realist and smart, intelligent, and humble. Thank you, and thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. I'm thankful for the encouragement. I'm thankful for the virtual relationship that I share with you guys. My brother, My Opinion, that's his YouTube name from the UK. He left a message on one of my videos, which I'm gonna do a video on tomorrow. And he's a good brother, very intelligent brother also. He basically said, Sam, I watch your videos sometimes, and there's a sadness. And, basically saying you live a very detached life, and that may be part of it. I don't want to see you sad. But I've lived both an attached and detached life. And what I've learned is there's sadness in both. There's sadness when people stay in your life, and there's sadness when people aren't in your life. You cannot avoid that life is happiness and sadness. Sadness and happiness. It's both. It's both. It's Monday morning, you hate life, and it's Friday afternoon. Oh, everything's going to be all right. It's both. Sometimes it could be more misery than happiness. Sometimes it could be more happiness than misery. There's no, it's all relative to the individual, to be you. Because for some people, they should spend the majority of their time attached, and they should spend the majority of the time in relationship, because they need that. And that's just the way they are. It's not right or wrong. For some people, a good space mentally, they need to be by themselves most of the time. They can't handle the pressure of the burdens, of the responsibilities, taking care of other things. So knowing yourself is the key to all decisions. And I think once you get to become middle age, I think you start to know yourself. That's why many times when people become middle age, they're in a marriage, they say, I got to get the hell out of here because I got married too young. I really didn't know myself. And that's what happens. Jacob, what's up, Sam? Love, respect. Murdad, heart emoji. Murdad, love, respect. Jacob, Hallmark equals fake, yes. But there's nothing wrong with that. I watch Hallmark movies with my Jacob. Just make it clear, it's fiction. Yep. So is porn, but I still watch that, so I have to be fair in my analysis. Good job. Tony, at Jacob, Anthony, 100. Good job. Jacob, I have very few people in my life. My mom, my pastor, 4 friends. I'm content with that at the moment. Damn, you got enough to play 5-on-5. Shit, you're good. You got a lot of people in your life. In my opinion, you may have to cut some people out soon. Good job. Queen, hello, I'm fine. And you? Overall, I'm good. Look, it's Monday. I wish I was independently wealthy and just frolicking with MILFs. But the reality is I'm a digital nomad, and I'm thankful for my job, so I'm not going to complain. I'm going to stay positive. Good job. Zacchaeus, your analysis of my situation is spot on. Well, damn right. Damn right. How do you think I get so many milfs? Because I'm a good communicator. Okay. Now, sometimes they call me their free psychiatrist. And what do I say to that? It's a disaster. You know, but I listen to everyone because I do realize that's my gift and I enjoy it. I enjoy it until it gets like we go in circles. Then, total disaster. Good job. Zacchaeus. I'm dodging my boss. Well, it didn't take a prophet to realize that one. While listening to you, well, that's good. Thumbs up the video. Thank you. But I'm doing data entry while listening. Well, I'm not mad at you. Still earning my paycheck. Got to make money. Shit, got to make everything costs money. You're going to live in your van, going to cost money. You're going to live in an apartment, costs money. You're going to live, hitchhiking. It costs money. Everything costs money, guys. So please keep your job. Keep your job, please. Tina L. Hey, Sam. Hello. I'm a new subscriber. Well, welcome. My average subscriber probably about less than 10% are longer than 3 months. So you may watch my videos initially. One is welcome. Two is you may watch my videos initially because I address a life lesson or deep spiritual truth. You may watch one of my videos that live out of a car. You say, I want to live out of my car one day. I sacrificed my whole life raising my kids. Now I want to jump on my minivan and go visit Bob Wells in the desert. And so you may see me and you may say, look, I like this guy. He's like a little bit different. But then I may talk about watching porn and how I like panty porn and guys sniffing girls' panty. And then all of a sudden it goes into sex. And you may say, I'm getting the fuck out of here. This guy's disgusting. And then you go watch 50 Shades of Grey. And, you judge me for that. Or you watch a Hallmark movie that's got very light versions of porn. So what I'm here to tell you is welcome. And this is who I am. You either accept me and I will love you and respect you and accept you back because you eat chocolate and cheese. I don't judge you. Don't judge me for watching porn. If we can accept each other mutually, we may be in each other's life for 20% of the time. If not, it's going to be less than 10 and in more cases, less than that. What do I say? Love and respect. Good job. And then she says, no disrespect, but why do you patronize Starbucks so much? It's expensive. Because for me, it's like a home. It provides a safe, friendly atmosphere. I like the coffee. I like the Wi-Fi. I have to work. I need Wi-Fi. It's the best place to get Wi-Fi, in my opinion. And I only buy coffee. I don't buy like donuts. I don't buy like bagels. I don't buy like the cakes. I don't buy like the shit. All I buy is a black pipe coffee, like $2. And I get soy milk on the side. So $2, I probably get like 3 of them a day. So that's $6 a day. For free Wi-Fi and free bathroom and all that stuff for that pay. It's what everyone spends their money differently. Some people spend their money on furniture. Some people spend their money on pets. I had a pet. How much did it cost? I spoiled my pet. I spent about $400 a month on her. So Sam, why'd you spend so much money on a pet? I enjoyed bringing home my dog new bones every day. I enjoy going to Starbucks every day. Some people gamble their money away. I enjoyed, doing stocks for a while. Some people like going on vacations. Why would you blow $3,000 to go on a cruise? Some people, that's what they enjoy. Everyone spends their money differently. Some men criticize women for sneaking in, going to Target and going crazy. But then some men go to Home Depot and they buy a lot of power tools. Everyone spends their money differently. So why do I go? Just because I enjoy it. And because, look, I work for my money. That's I still live way below my means. Way below. So if you work and you live below your means, I don't care if you go spend $10 a day in Starbucks or if you go cash in a $100 bill and make it rain on a stripper named Isis. Did I ever date a stripper named Isis? Yes. Okay. And not the terrorist group, a stripper. Okay. And what I could tell you is it was magical, but then disaster. Good job. Isis, someone asked me if I want a Christmas gift. And I said, only if you want to buy, not a gift card. Gift cards, I think it's like almost $1 billion a year is wasted on gift cards. I probably have some gift cards somewhere in the seats of my old car that, who knows? There's thousands and a gift card is a bad gift for 2 reasons. One is people either don't use them, they forget there's some money on them, or like if you get a $10 gift certificate for Walmart, you go to Walmart, are you going to buy something that's $10 exactly with sales tax? No. You're going to buy something that's $20 or $15. So you're going to have to come out of your pocket. Or you're not going to use it all and then you're going to waste money. The person who bought it for you, you didn't use all the gift. So bottom line, it's either too wasteful or it makes you spend money. Gift cards are the worst gift. But if your mom gives you a gift card, what should you do? You should say, I love you, Mom. Thank you. Don't argue with your mom. Like I remember when I first started working and I was in the construction, my mom packed my lunch. I remember like I used to go out to eat to lunch with the guys And then I used to bring my lunch home. And I remember one day coming back to work and I said, man, I got in an argument with my mom yesterday. And they go, for what? I go, I brought my lunch home. And she was like, why didn't you eat my lunch? Like she got offended. And it goes, you're still a young kid. You don't realize you don't bring your lunch home. You either throw it out and you tell your mom it was great. And that's it. Why? Because, you don't want to hurt your mom's feeling and you want to hurt your girlfriend's feelings. Bottom line is they ain't going to be in your life too long. So, don't buy a gift card, Queen. Unless you want to buy me a Starbucks gift card. There's nothing wrong with that. It's Queen. I'm late. Sorry, got caught up looking for something. I ain't mad at that. You probably looking for Mr. Rabbit. And I'm not talking about Bunny Rabbit. Good job, Queen. But I found it. Praise the Lord. Bzz. Gilbert. Man, Pac would have grown up just like Dre. He could have been a president. Oh, Pac? Yeah. He could have been. He made a difference. He's a positive influence in my life. Look, you're a different person at 35 than you are 25. You're certainly a different person as you get older, and we all need time to mature. And we're saved by the grace. I believe we're saved by the grace of God. I know there's certain things that could have went different for me in my youth that I would not be here today. I would not be in as good a position. So I can't brag and boast to say I made some great decisions. Or sometimes it was by the grace of God. But what I can say is I did try to steer myself away over the course of time from some people and from some situations because I realized they were going to destroy me. So you need the grace of God, but then you also need to separate yourself from some friends. You need to separate yourself from some clubs and from some atmospheres, and you need to grow and evolve. If you don't do that, disaster. Queen, I went for a walk today. Good job. And I went to the corner store. Good job. I hope you didn't buy anything too sugary. I love to you, Queen. Keep walking. Ice Jesus. I had a week off from school due to Thanksgiving break. And tomorrow I return. I'm going to pray for you. It is my American nightmare. Totally agree. You pay, college is overpriced. Overpriced. That's your first business decision, going to college. Because college is not education. It's a corporate, for-profit, in many instances, education. You're taking on debt. College is your really first debt unless your parents are paying for it. Or unless, you're like Trump and your parents gave you $60 million to start your own business. And then you claim bankruptcy. You need certifications. You need education. You have to advance that. That's part of the game. No way around it. And some of it's worth it. It sucks. What is it preparing you for? Real life. Real life sucks a little bit too. Even when you have a great job. Look, but showing up is the only answer. A lot of people say, well, then do what you love. Yeah, all right. You tell me how many people, percentage-wise, doing what they love and not living in poverty. I know maybe less than 10%. There's some people out there, but they're the exception, not the rule. Most people I know are working jobs they don't like because, look, you got to do what you got to do to make money. Unless everyone's just going to super chat you. Are they good? No. Most people are going to watch for free. Why? Because who the hell wants to pay anything? Praise the Lord. So at the end of the day, guess what? We have to be thankful for America. America is a blessing. There's a lot of opportunity and you can advance yourself and we're very thankful. But also we're one of the most overworked countries in the world. That's the capitalist beast. Capitalism is basically the economy works off consumerism and businesses running for profit. You have to keep society in debt. You have to keep the rat running on the race. You have to keep the hamster on the wheel. If you don't, the wheel stops. And guess what? Then Trump can't invite his friends to Mar-a-Lago. So what should you do? Stand up, salute the flag, and get in college loan debt. It's a disaster. Okay, good job. And then he says also, it is my American nightmare because school shuts down my creativity and freedom. I understand that, but look, I like creativity, I like freedom, but you also need structure. And what I can tell you is, in my experience, real life experience, creativity and freedom, it don't buy you Starbucks every day. Creativity and freedom, it doesn't allow you to take out a MILF to the Chinese restaurant. Creativity and freedom ain't going to put gas in your car. It doesn't pay. What pays is you getting on that capitalist hamster wheel. That's the truth. I can lie to you, but the reality is that's the truth. Okay, good job. Queen, I'm just sitting here coloring. You like to color. I'm not mad at that. And watching your video. Well, thank you. And hard worker. And he's got a window cleaning business. Shout to him. Just got off work. I'm late. But what's up, Sam? I hope I didn't miss much. You didn't miss much, brother. Keep doing you. And you didn't miss much. Love and respect. Welcome. Ice Jesus. Most people are in your life for a season. but people never let go and will have the same meaningless conversation with the same person. For me, I move on once the conversation becomes unproductive. It's not easy. I've learned that over time, and still, we're human. Sometimes we drag conversations out, and it's over. Yeah, that's true. I see this. I went to Wawa, shout out to Wawa today, and usually I get an Italian bread, and now I'm on a whole grain. Good job, because whole grain or wheat bread, way better, because it's healthier. Yes, it has fiber. Fiber counteracts the sugar. Regular bread is basically refined flour that basically turns into sugar into your digestive system, and that's the difference. Good job. Because it's healthier. Thanks for the inspiration. Not love and respect. Any step closer to health is better. Look, if you have a goal to become a vegetarian, and you still eat meat 90% of the time, guess what? You just change your life 10% better. Any step forward is better than staying the same. Good job. Apathy Slacks, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Sam. Love the live chats, thank you. And your random videos, thank you. You are a true realist, thank you. I try to also be an optimist. I try to balance it. Not easy. Have you ruled out being in a relationship forever? Yep, it's ruled out. Done. Why? Because it's a disaster. I'd rather just masturbate and be free. Virtual relationship is all I want. Now, I know that disappoints people. They want the Hallmark movie. But what I've learned in life, there is no Hallmark movie. I see couples coming to Starbucks. I see couples going to funeral homes. And I see couples waiting in the hospital for their significant other. I see how the number one thing that keeps people up at night is relationships, not porn. Porn don't keep you up. Porn keeps you in bed. Look, life is a disaster. But life is also a blessing. So what do? I say, look, I've had enough relationships. I'm totally done and not going to happen. Queen, I was looking for something that belongs to one of my baby dolls. Oh, okay. I'm not mad at you. Ice. I was watching a lot of your videos while doing work. Thank you. And it helped pass the time. Well, thank you. That's helpful. Thank you for that. Thank you. And I don't take your energy and time for granted. Ice, love and respect back to you. Who should stay in your life? Whoever respects your time and your energy. Thank you. I appreciate that. Mo Money, what's up, man? What are some good, healthy foods you can keep in your car for a week worth of grocery? Well, I don't do that. I go to the grocery store every day. So I don't want to give advice I don't live. The only thing I have in my car that isn't something I get from the supermarket every day is health bars. And they're these health bars that are pretty much the healthiest you can get from Target. 3 grams of sugar, 100 calories per thing. The 3 grams of sugar is a deal winner. Health Warrior bars are called. They're only from Target. But what I can tell you is I'm not in like the middle of nowhere. I'm usually by populated urban areas. So there's always a Walmart somewhere. There's always a supermarket. And so I use that as my refrigerator. I want a cold drink. So some people boondock. I don't live that lifestyle. I live in urban areas, basically. So everyone's different. Queen, you should see my coloring pages. I would like to see that. Do you have an Instagram? You can follow me on my Instagram, the word inspire_38. What is your Instagram? Say it in a comment and I will follow you, or I'll check in on you once in a while. Tony, sadness is like a cloudy day. Yeah, it's cloudy. Now, maybe cloudy tomorrow, but one more day, the sun's going to shine. No, that's true. I mean, that's why I moved to Florida. There's more sunny days than cloudy. But at the end of the day, so you're going to have happiness. You're going to have happiness. But you're going to have sadness. You're going to have hurricanes. Okay? You're going to have both. Just the way life is. Make the most of each day. Jacob, at Tony, exactly. Apathy. Your wisdom is not lost on people, thank you, that are ready to accept. That's a great point. Thank you. Accept the reality. So many people are living a life full of willful blindness. That's a great question. Great comment. There was scripture in the book of Ecclesiastes that says, the greater my wisdom, the greater my agony. And he compared wisdom to foolishness. And he says, is it better to be wise or foolish? Is it better to be wise or foolish? He debated that. Because at the end of the day, we both share the same faith, the same fate. We will both die in this world. The wise will die, the foolish will die. I think wisdom has benefit. I certainly wouldn't want to live a foolish life. That's wisdom. If you're not overthinking everything, that's why I have a little fun. That's why I talk a little wild. Why? Because you can't be too serious. You gotta have a balance. Life is a delicate balance. Jacob, I enjoy Dunkin' Donuts. I'm not mad at you. Probably why I'm fat. Well, look, I used to be 350, so I ain't gonna judge anyone overweight. I understand the struggle, but just understand, don't judge somebody that's addicted to drugs. You're addicted to Dunkin' Donuts. Sugar is your cocaine. So I got no problem with you being overweight, but don't you dare look down on somebody who's alcoholic or a drug addict. Why? Because food's your drug. We are all saved by the grace of God, not by our own righteousness. Never forget it, Queen. And low self-esteem from drugs. Yep, totally agree. Keep it real. What's up, man? How do you handle situations when people hear your dog at night in the city? Well, when I had a dog, I didn't live in the city. I lived in a suburb in a gated community. My dog didn't bark that much. So, look, everyone has a different situation. But all I can tell you is, look, if you have a dog, you have a child. And you should be taking care of that dog as a child. I don't believe like dogs should just be, I've seen a lot of people that shouldn't have the responsibility to own a dog. They're not fit to have it. So I don't know that situation, so I won't speak to it, but those are my general thoughts. Jacob, instead of giving gift cards, just give them hard cold cash. Yes, praise thy Lord, says cold cash. Good job. That's what your pastor says too. Praise the Lord. I'm not mad at him. Jacob, gift. Yep, got it. Queen, sometimes you change for the better. That's true. Good job. Queen, magical. How many people think, let's see, like how long do people stay in your life? Who was that person that said they're a new subscriber? Let me go back. Tina L, are you still in the chat room? Is she still a subscriber, or is she still in my life, or did she get the hell out of here? Like, that's a real test to see if people still stay in your life. Oh, sick. John Lou, what's up, man? How's the weather there? Very magical, brother. It's about 76 degrees Fahrenheit. It was about 80 degrees Fahrenheit today, sunny. Tomorrow's going to get down to like 72. It's going to be a little cold front coming through for the next 2 days, then back to 80. But cold down here on a winter day is about 70 degrees. I'll take that. Thank you for the question. Good to see you. Love and respect. Apathy. Just curious, Sam. Do you believe in climate change and the new report that states we're all pretty much doomed because of man-made climate change? Climate change is debatable. I believe in pollution. Pollution is real. Pollution is emissions from your car. If you don't believe pollution is real, then you put your mouth around your exhaust pipe in your car and you see if you don't die. Don't do that because you will die. Pollution is real. So if that toxins that come out of your car can kill you if you digested them in a concentrated form, what do you think it does to the earth? It kills different molecules and stuff in the earth. Climate change is debatable because we only have so much data, meaning we've only been keeping the only thing that they kind of can come to a consensus on is that the Earth's temperature has increased approximately 1 degree in the past 100 years. But they don't know if that's a cycle or something that's just like permanent or what. No one knows. But pollution is real. So government policy is possible because you need a certain level of pollution to survive. Cars got to have gas. People have to have heat. You have to have electrical grid, or else you have no growth in society. We're all living by a candle and we're walking everywhere. You can't have that. You wouldn't have growth. You need pollution to grow, but you don't need too much pollution to kill the earth. You need balance. The debate in life always comes back to balance. You're always going to have pollution, but you're always going to need to restrain yourself. Balance is always the debate. Climate change is a distraction. It may be real, it may not, but pollution is real. Put practical policies around limiting pollution while still understanding you're going to have some, and that's all you can do. I think that's very fair, and I think that's reasonable. Everything else is a contentious argument. Queen, I don't really care for eating out. Well, Queen, good job. Yolanda, hey, Yolanda. In answering today's topic, no longer than necessary. But I'm here for life. For now. I'm not mad at you. Sincere love and respect. Same apathy. Thanks, bud. Jacob. College, get into 100K debt. Yep. In 4 years. Yep. Or more. And almost worthless degree. Not worthless, but it's a dime a dozen nowadays. Why? So you can't make more money. Yeah. Get on a rat race of capitalism. But where's the extra money going? Look, capitalism is still better than most other society systems out there. But you got to have balance. You got to have some socialism. Social security is socialism. You need that, or else you have destitute elderly. And believe me, A lot of people that say they love the elderly, I want to see their parents come live with them for the rest of their life. Most people I know that say you should take care of your parents, they didn't take care of their parents. That's the truth. And then they fought over their inheritance with their siblings. That's the truth. Love and respect. Isis. I have not been absent from school since elementary. Good job. Better than me. Believe plenty of times I went to say, F this, I'm not coming, but biggest battle is showing up. The biggest battle is showing up, and brother, you're a great leader. Keep it up. Oh, super chat. Oh, strip club times. I can't. I like feeling. Thank you. I didn't get coffee this morning, so I'm sending you coffee expense as a show of appreciation for your advice and entertainment. Zakia, a sincere thanks, and I appreciate that, and thank you. That's it. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. It means a lot. Queen, look, guys, my goal ultimately would be I would love to be able to do something creative full time with YouTube. And that's why, monetize it. That's why I make the most of it without manipulating, without hurting people, being honest about it, and still working while I work to achieve that goal, which may or may not happen. But so I want to address that. I want to say thank you. And that's why. Love and respect. And then back to the comments. Queen says she liked being alone. Me too. Glenn O, greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. In the house. Good to see you, Glenn. Glenn, I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope your dogs are doing well. I know you love your dogs. Love and respect. Queen, hurrah. Let's all eat chocolate and cheese tonight. Yep, well, be careful because that can lead to complete disaster. Isis, have you had to make any adjustments in have you had to make any adjustments in your sleeping arrangements personally? I know people who have $1,000 mattress and can't sleep for 4 hours. Yep. And have dual zone air conditioning. Yep. I said it all the time. Yeah, that's so true. Yeah. In the beginning, look, the first couple months in my car was very uncomfortable. My seats and my setup were not as comfortable as it is now. It took me months, just like when you start a new job, it takes you months to figure it out. So the best advice is to start now and refine as you go. You can watch my videos. You can watch other people's videos. You get some pieces of wisdom from each different person, and then you put your own twist on it. And then before you know it, you're going live from your minivan. You're saying, Sam, I got it from here. I'm not in your life anymore. And you know what I say? Love and respect. Why? Because I want to see people doing them. I'm not like here, like, you should. I want people to stay in my life as long as, it's needed for them. And I would love to have people stay if they're a blessing to forever. But, I'm not the type of person where I want to control and manipulate and say, look, you need me forever. You don't. You need yourself. And hopefully, as I try to better myself, you better yourself, and we go forward. Mel, greetings, Sam's. Greetings to you. Just saying what's up. Thank you. And supporting your channel. Thank you. That means a lot. Good talk as usual. Thank you. Wishing you a good evening. Thumbs up. Thank you very much. Love and respect. Isis, let me have some hydration. Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you, Zakia. Isis, what do you do to people who waste your time? Personally, I know plenty, but I don't want to be rude and get the F out of here. Try to spend it time to avoid them. Yeah, look, sometimes I talk like, funny on here, but look, when I know someone's wasting my time, I just cut them out of my life, but not like in the fact where I said, get the hell out of here. It's just like, I make a mental note. Every conversation, when I'm having a conversation with somebody, I make a mental note. They got on leopard skin shoes, mental note. Okay. Like, or whatever, you understand? And through over time, look, I live a detached life by choice. So at the end of the day, most people if they're going to be in my life, it's going to be mostly virtual, and they have to accept that. And I have to, and that's just what it is. So like how do I avoid cutting people off that waste my time? Other than my job, my personal life, that you guys are by choice, who I spend most of my time with. I like to be most of my time by myself. So over time, I wasn't always like that. Over time, how did I cut people off? I just said, look, where's this going to end? I know where it's ending. I could see it. That's what 6ix9ine should have said. Where's this going to end? And you know where it ends? It's a complete disaster. You have to decide how long you want to stay. And if it's going to end in disaster for you. Queen laughing good. Jacob, My opinion, the foolish die sooner. And I'm no smart genius. Laugh out loud. No, that's true. I mean, obviously, look, you don't want to die before your time, but you don't want to be so wise that you stretch your life out to the point of, what the hell you doing? You gotta have a little fun, but you can't be too reckless. Jacob. Oh yeah, I agree, Sam. I love them old-fashioned donuts. I'm not mad at you. I used to like powdered donuts and chocolate donuts. I could eat 12 of them like in an Enterman's package, dunk them in milk, be laid up for the rest of the night. Total disaster. Queen. No, I didn't buy any sweats at all. Okay. Brother 3 John, what's up, man? Cold at 70. Oh, yeah. I hate you. I know. That's all right. And I got no underwear on. Apathy. Zakia. Wow. Nice. Thank you, Sam. Yes. Zakia, if you're still in here, thank you. Keep dodging your boss. And thank you. Sam, if I had cash, I went you $100. Strip club. Bucks each time for your wisdom. Nah, grateful. It's free. All the videos will always be for free. Anything extra is a blessing, and I appreciate that. But it's, all direct, it's all love, and I'm thankful for the free, for the people who just watch, and I'm thankful for anything extra. But ultimately, look, I want you to get your own life together, do what you need to do for you. This is just one of my goals, to try to be able to live off a creative way, but not off your back. So, do what you need to do for you. Queen, yes, I love coloring. I'm not mad at that. I like coloring too. Jacob, I started 1 week ago, no food diet 3 days ago. He started 1 week ago, no food diet 3 days ago. I rescheduled it for over a month. And if you take vitamins and a lot of water, you should be okay. Well, I don't agree. Well, let me just finish reading. I don't want to judge. Again, I'm only doing it for a week or so, see where it goes. I love you, Jacob, but that's a red flag to me. Number one is when you're ready to change your life, you don't say, well, I'm going to start this diet and see where it goes. When you're ready to change your life, you get fucking intense. Okay. You go to your refrigerator and you throw out all the chocolate chip mint ice cream. That's intense. Okay. And you go and the fucking Doritos gone. Okay. And you don't go to Oprah. You don't go to Weight Watchers. You don't go to, any type of, you start to research, you start to read the food labels, How much sugar should you have per day? No more than 38 grams of added sugar. How much sodium should you have per day? No more than 2,300 milligrams per day. How many calories do you need to eat? You got to get serious. That's my opinion from somebody who's lost 200 pounds with no surgery, no weight trainer. That's my opinion. Is there other ways to do it? Yeah. Have I seen other people lose 200 pounds and maintain it all for 4 years? No. So you have to do whatever you want to do for you, but I'm just replying to the comment of my opinion. Queen, which store do you like going to? Publix? Winnie Dixon? What's it called? Winnie Dixie? Dixie Winnie? The other supermarket down here in Florida. There's two big supermarkets down here in Florida. Publix and Winnie Dixie or something like that. And once in a while, Dunkin' Donuts. That's it. But at Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks, all I do is get a coffee with no sugar and soy milk or almond milk on the side. And at Publix, all I get is fruits and vegetables and a salad. And once in a while, vegetarian sub and skinny popcorn. Don't be mad at me. That's my little indulgence. I got to be a little bit overweight. I mean, shit. Queen, what store do you like going to? Just broke it down. Ice teasers. I was researching a Jeep Renegade, and they have an option to have leather seating, but it is $1,300. Since you have a Renegade, do you think it's worth it? Well, I have cloth seating, but I also have the Trailhawk edition, so you can get a lower model. It all depends on what you want to spend your money on. Everyone spends their money on different. So some people may be driving around in a Chevy Spark with cloth seats and going to the strip club and making it rain with $200. So you see them in a beat up Chevy Spark and you think, like, this person, they're broke. And the next thing you know, they're making it rain in Club Diamond down in Miami. You don't know what the hell people are doing. Or you see a lady like I saw one time driving a Mercedes Benz and she got a flat tire and she said, can you help me? Don't look at my car and judge me because I'm in debt up to my ears. So what I do, I helped her change her tire. Was she lying? No, I don't think she was lying because I ended up finding out that's pretty true. Glen Oak. It's turned cold again in Texas. Sorry to hear that, brother. Back down to the 50s. Damn. That's not too bad, though, for most people. High and 30s for the lows. That's good sleeping weather, but disaster for the afternoon. But love and respect to Texas. Queen, I don't want to give out my Instagram on here. Well, love and respect. I can understand that. Queen, I'll put my baby dolls on there, too. All right. May West back. Love and respect to Brooklyn. Brooklyn's in the house. Hey, May, how are you? Hope you're doing good. Love and respect. Queen, I found $100 2 weeks ago walking outside. I'm not mad at that. Save it for a rainy day. Or if you want to make it rain in Chippendales, I'm not mad at that. Queen, on the ground while walking. See? All good things start with walking. Good job. Icy says, Sam, once again, I fell asleep to your videos. Thank you. And I will do it today because I believe me. I need the inspiration to show up to school tomorrow. I can understand that. I'm so happy for you. Thank you. And I'm so happy you're in Florida. You earned it. Well, thank you. Look, I was thinking about that today as I was trying to encourage myself. Do you have to encourage yourself? Oh, yeah. You got to encourage yourself. There was a part in that in scripture that King David, I think, encouraged himself. You have to inspire yourself. You have to encourage yourself. So you have to motivate yourself every day. And when I was starting to complain too much, I said, all right, now I got to flip. I got to be thankful, and I got to start to inspire myself. And I started to say, Sam, be thankful that you're in Florida. Because this time last year, I wasn't. And I wanted to be. Be thankful. And I said, thank you, God. And I believe in God. I said, thank you, God. And yes, I spent 2 years living in the winters in my car in New Jersey, and it was worth the sacrifice. So I did my part, and God also, there was some grace involved, but God's grace, and I recognize that. And I'm thankful. And like I say, life is a little bit of a burden, and it's a little bit of a blessing. It's both. And I acknowledge both. And I'm thankful. A lot of other people have a lot worse. I mean, I feel bad. I don't feel bad, but I know it's like sometimes I know people have a lot worse. And they say, Sam, like, why, how can you complain or be bad? I'm not complaining, but I'm addressing, no matter how good you have it in life, you still wrestle with the negative thoughts and with the negative aspects of life. And so I can only be me. And I'm sharing, Jay, shout out to Miami. I don't know what I would do without bananas. Bananas are my best friend too. Red grapefruit, not so much, but I do like pineapple and watermelon. I love watermelon. Love and respect to AJ, living full-time in his Toyota Prius down in Miami, trading stocks and dating Colombian girls once a month and hitting a Mexican spot, then getting sick to his stomach, then going to a 5-star restaurant, then going back to the streets of Miami. Love and respect. I'm tough. My dad came down here to the condo and did the self-cleaning oven thing. I'm not mad at that. Disaster. Yeah, I'm mad at that. Smell like chemicals for 4 hours. Had to leave. Well, look, what do I think about a self-cleaning oven? Total disaster. Just live in your car with no oven. That's what I say. Good job. M-Top. Winn-Dixie. That's it. Good job. Gleno. Winco is the best grocery store in Fort Worth. I never even heard of that. The one guy I watch who lives in an RV in Texas, he keeps talking about H-E-B grocery store. You ever heard of that? M-Top. Publix is cleaner. Both are too pricey. Yeah, I mean, actually, it depends where you go. Once in a while, I do see a cleaner Winn-Dixie. Not often, but once in a while. Jacob, I appreciate the honesty advice. Thank you. As I say, I'd rather have the truth than it hurts than a lie that makes me feel good. There's a scripture that says that. Thank you for hanging in there. How's the popcorn taste? It's pretty magical. Now, that's overeating. I'm not going to lie to you. But, again, you got to have some fun. And, again, I'm not at the intense mode anymore. I'm at the just sustaining my weight. So I'm 8 years into my health journey. The first 3 years, well, the first year was like, I just got to stop eating out. I wasn't like super intense. I got to stop eating out. And I just dropped like 50 pounds, just stopped. I was eating out every day. And then I gained momentum, and then I started to research nutrition. I started to read food labels. You got to read food labels. Read food labels. Read food labels. What's a food label? Right here. Okay? And don't just read the calories. Read the sodium and read the sugar content. And research how much your daily intake should be. What does that mean that you will always eat the right amount? No, you're still going to overeat probably, but at least you have a target in your mind of what you should be doing. That's helpful. And then my second and third year into my health journey, I got intense. Because then I started losing weight. I started like being able to walk more, and I started getting fired up. And then I broke up with a hot Asian, and then I totally went to overdrive. And then I got down to 150 pounds. And then I just stayed there for 2 years because I got almost like an eating disorder. I was scared to eat anything else. And then I had to figure out how I was going to balance it and eat a little bit more so I can sustain a healthy lifestyle. And that's when I really fully adopted a plant-based diet, which allowed me to eat a certain amount of calories while still feeling healthy and alive and being, active. Because I was so skinny, I couldn't lift weights. I couldn't even walk too long. So, you got to find that balance. Apathy. Hey, Sam, I'm curious. What would happen if you got very sick? That happened to me last year. I stayed at a family member's house for a few days. I stayed at a hotel for a few days. That was in New Jersey. Do I have family member in Florida? No, I have some friends in Florida. Would I probably stay with them? No, I'd probably stay at a hotel. If I got, he said he got so sick he almost died. Without my mother and my friends, I would have died alone. Look, if your mother isn't around one day, you're gonna die alone. And even if you're married, guess what happens? If you get so sick, your wife or whatever, they're gonna have to put you in a home. I know one guy, the only person I know that his wife had got cancer. She had got real sick. She was in a hospital, and then the hospital said, "Look, there's nothing else we can do." They sent the wife home with an oxygen machine, and he called me over to pray with them, and she died within a couple days. Look, at the end of the day, when I went to the hospital, when I had nerve damage, I felt like I was going to die, and I was scared. And in the emergency room, my mom was there, and even one of my sisters came, and it was nice to have them there. But when you are hurting, you are alone. So yes, it's good to have family and friends, like if you get sick and if you need somebody for a one-off. But if you're sick for a long enough period of time, you're going to need to be in some type of housing, whether it's assistant living or whatever, or hospice. Because if you're really like, you can't take care of yourself, you can't wipe yourself, your family members can't be your full-time caretakers. If they are, they're going to be resentful because there's no way they can have a full-time job or do whatever and fully take care of you. They're not trained for that. That's not who they are. Okay? Just like, if you lost your house, I don't care how much your mom would want to do your carpentry work. She's not a carpenter. It's good to have family members there, but I think you understand what I'm saying. This is my experience. But certainly, look, once in a while, family members or friends can come in handy. But that's the exception, not the rule in many cases. Queen, I know, laughing good. Milano, love and respect to my other brother from Miami. Shout out to Miami. Tell Emilio I said, what's up, brother? Queen, I wish I could have met you in person. Well, maybe one day. Probably not, but love and respect. Gleno, HEB, yep. So big in San Antonio area. But it's basically another Walmart. Yeah, they all are. It's nothing special. Life ain't that special. Pretty much every person you meet is the same. Just one girl has on leopard skin. The other one has on something she bought from Walmart. Yolanda, Sam, you're so funny. Well, thank you. I wish you could hear me cracking up over here. Good. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. Why? Because I like to know that people are laughing. I like to know that people enjoy. Why? Because, life is a little bit sucky. So when you can laugh, laugh. Good job. Thank you. Jacob, this is funny. My mom got home from being with a friend, and she got me a cheeseburger with fries. One of the biggest arguments I got in when I was trying to get my health together was with my mom. My mom struggled with her weight her whole life. She has diabetes. She has nerve pain in her legs. And we had to get in that fight. We had to have a season of our life where I had to get intense. Now, when we see each other, we respect each other. And she knows I have to bring my own food to her house. I'll sit there with her. I won't judge her for eating her food. She still eats unhealthy. And we both love and respect one another. But you got to become a man. And you got to start deciding what you put in your body. Because as an adult, your mom shouldn't be deciding your nutritional value anymore. That's the truth. I know that's harsh. And you always love and respect your mom. But there may be a season. Thank you again, Zakia. There may be a season of your life that you have to have a disagreement with your mom while still respecting and loving her. Gina, hey Sam, love your channel, man. I agree with everything you say. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. There may come a time where you don't. That's okay too. Peace and love from Israel. Love and respect to Israel. Love and respect. Ski bop. I found out. Good job. Jacob, got to put my foot down. I completely understand. Yes, while still loving and respecting her, but becoming your own person. AJ, the loneliest feeling in the world is being in a sexless marriage. Well, like Chris Rock said, you better get used to that because the longer you're married, the less sex you have, and the more you're going to eat out, and it's going to be a disaster, and he ended up getting divorced, and how that end? Disaster. Janelle's still here. Oh, my God. She's still here. I can't. It's a miracle. Do miracles happen? Well, I think Santa Claus does exist. If Tina L is still here, then, maybe there's a shot. Should you get married? Hell no. But believe in love, because it may happen. Ice thesis. Good night, Sam. Good night. That was positive. Keep me in your thoughts. I will. I will. Stay safe. I hope no Asian males find your campground. Praise the Lord. Pray from your lips to God's ears. Praise the Lord. Thank you. Jacob, sexless marriage equals nearly every marriage. 100% emoji agree. All right, guys. It was a good night. Let's end on a positive note. Why? You don't want to stress conversation out. Total disaster. Get intense on mofo. Oops. Love and respect. Guys, girls, thank you. Thank you for the love and support. I truly appreciate it. Now, what I tell you is go in peace. And that's it.